current snow removal setup for 2018 here, and a little bit of background on it real quick and my equipment. Behind me here, this is a Hiniker 8.5 foot v-plow with the poly. I've had this plow since 2013. It's been a great plow. It's got the flare wings on it, which are the taller ones there. And like I said, I've had this since 13. I've had it on another truck. I had it on a 2013 Silverado that I actually got rid of for more reasons than I can explain in this video. But there's that. I've touched up the cutting edge here a little bit with paint over the years, but that is the original cutting edge, and for right now it's doing great. Last couple of years here we haven't had much snow, so I haven't used it as much. The first year I got it, let's see, 2013-14 winter there, we got a record-breaking snow. I mean, it was the most snow we've ever had, so it got its work out the first year, and ever since I've just been kind of keeping it up. Stored it inside for most of its life up until this year, when I've been a little tighter on shop space, and it's had to sit outside more than I would have liked it to. But there is that. And on these headlights in here, this one's actually cracked. That's why you see it rust in there. It's got some sort of seal issue. But the original low beam headlights suck. You can't see anything, and I'm already, you know, hard of seeing anyways. I wear contacts, all that jazz. But high beams are okay. So what I do is I run these LED fog lights in here, and I might have some footage of me putting those in there, but I'll have to look it up anyways. Those are like yeah, fog lights is what they're under. Let me show you the actual stock lights. So these are what's supposed to go in there. That's the number there. Those are replacements for the originals. But I found some LED ones online, and those suckers are great. So there's the plow. Leave comments if you got any other questions on it. Other than that, I mean, it is what it is. So this is a 2008 F450 with a 9.5 foot flatbed on it. It does have the hoist for the dump yet. When I got this truck this year, all that, I mean, it was used as a salt truck in the past, so needless to say, all that's kind of rusted shut. They didn't use it to dump anything with. I don't know why, but it's a larger company. I'll leave their name out of it, but yeah, so the dump bed on it sucks, but I mean, it works for just a flatbed at this point. I am going to I'm 90% sure I'm going to replace it with a new dump bed on there so that I can haul mulch and all that. So it's a crew cab. I wrapped it in black, nothing special. I've never wrapped a vehicle before, but I figured I'd give it a shot, and it turned out pretty decent for just a rookie. I actually painted the top with some Rust-Oleum, the auto paint, and it chips off. It's not great, but it works, you know, and nobody, you know, seeing me go down the road, nobody would know the difference on a work truck. So painted the wheels black too. They were kind of just a nice rust color. But on a positive note, the actual cab and chassis itself is in great condition. It's only got 78,000 miles on it for a 2008. That's not bad. So I'm dealing with that. It's just the bed that's a different story. Those headlights there, those are LED ones. I'll put a link in the description below that you can replace the old glass bulbs with those, and I tell you what, that's the best thing I've done to this truck. I mean, it's amazing at night when you're out spreading salt or whatever. This is a Whalen, I think it's pronounced, LED light. That came with my plow. It was kind of a promotional deal. I think it's like a $400 light. LED light. I'll put a link to that one in the description below too. But tell you what, that light is bright, and I've had other LED lights. You know, I see what everybody else is running too, but the other ones that you just throw in your cab for like 80 bucks on Amazon, they're not nearly as bright as this sucker. This sucker, you can see it during the day. I mean, it blinds you. It lets you know you're there. Let's see here. These Those are just like caps I put on there with LED lights in there just to jazz it up a little bit. The other caps that were just that amber color were all faded and crappy looking, and I was just trying to get the truck, you know, looking a little nicer, more, just a little nicer. So this is the 9.5 foot flatbed. It had the tall sideboards on it, but for winter time I like to run these, obviously, so I can just pop these suckers out, throw the pallets of salt on there, and we're good there. I put this rack on here, and these LED lights actually aren't even hooked up yet, but I put this rack on here. We custom fitted that with the stake pockets. There's my salt spreader in all of its glory. This is the second year on it. It's a Salt Dog, Buyers Salt Dog. I can hold two 50-pound bags of salt in there, and it does great. It's honestly, it's been a pretty good spreader for as cheap as it was. I think it was only a couple $100. Link in the description below. So this is my ice melt. I run it on all the walks, and I run it on the lots when it's like below, say, 5 degrees or something at night, and I want to get it burnt off. This is just regular winter melt. That's just a regular rock salt. I mean, you can even see it says down to 5 degrees right there. It's not great, but this is good for your roads and your parking lots and blacktop. Usually you put it down, it adds grip, and as soon as the sun comes out the next day, I mean, it takes like maybe an hour or so to melt off. If I put it down real heavy, it'll melt it off through the night, but usually I scrape the lots, I'll put that down. I mean, it's good to go. Let's see if I can get around here. Let's see. Let me turn on these lights back here. All right, so this is my TG 1100. The TG does stand for tailgate, and I had this on my 2013 Silverado as well. It was a great spreader on there. I bought this in 2014. It holds 14 bags of 50-pound ice melt or rock salt. You see there, I've had the rock salt already through it. It'll actually hold up to 16, but 14 is a good, you know, still got room in the top to close the lid and all that, and it's not too much. So this thing is great. It's actually rubber, and that keeps it from breaking for the most part. However, it does clog up in there when you just run salt in here. Like, I'll fill it here in the shop before I leave. And if it's like raining or you get any moisture where it has a chance to warm up a little bit and then refreeze, this will actually clog to where it won't, it'll stop at where it won't rotate. So what you got to do is get out of the truck, come back here, kick it with your hand, and then it comes right on. It's got some sort of safety or something, some sort of sensor where it won't burn up the motor or something. So it's actually kind of nice. I don't mind it. These little lights here, these are just tractor LED lights. I've got 4 of them back here, and this is a bar. When I got this truck, it had these 2-inch hitch mounts on each side, and I think that's for their old spreader or maybe a leaf vac system or something. But I went ahead and utilized those. I put the salt spreader on one, so it's kind of off to the passenger side, and I put this bar on the other one that I had from one of my old trucks, and put these LED lights here. I mean, it's all caked up right now, but and they are bright as crap. And then I've got one up here on this side of the spreader, and then one on the other side that you can't really see. Let me turn those suckers off for you. I've got them hooked up to the auxiliary switch here. There we go. Oh, gotta have the key. There we go. So they're on. And check out these suckers. At night, those things are bright. And you know, obviously it's up against the garage door here, but I'll show you a picture of them out. So that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, one last thing on this spreader. We adapted it. We built this bracket, welded it all up, and that helps to slide it into these stake pockets, and then I just hook up the spreader to that. I'm sure you guys have seen or can see in other videos how this spreader normally hooks up. It's got this deal here that swings down and it acts as like a dolly, and then you pull that pin there and it comes right off. For this one, I've got it set up to where I leave it on here all winter long, and I just don't mess with taking it off. Wash it down when I can, but obviously right now, you know, I've been working, so I haven't had time to wash anything down. This is the back of the cab here in the crew cab. I don't have anybody with me, but maybe a passenger for sidewalk crews every now and then. But I put my snowcaster in there, and maybe I'll do a review of that sometime. That sucker's great for sidewalks when you're just a single man operation wanting to get it done, you know. Then that's my backup spreader. It works good for when I go out and do touch up and stuff, because it spreads pretty wide, but I keep it just in case this one fails me, because it has in the past and I haven't had a spreader with me. And then just some other fluids down there, ratchet set, wrenches, you know, anything that you might need. Ratchet strap, which, you know, should be on the salt, but it's not. And then, you know, some gloves. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the truck, and check out some of my other videos here on my channel here of it out running. So that's in more detail of the truck I'm running. Thanks.